When the world outside is in ruins, there's no food, no water, and only panic and chaos surround you, he comes to the rescue. The Bagman. This wipe is truly unique, not just in its mechanics, but in its issues as well. Digging into the depth of this patch, I was honestly stunned by the sheer number of absurdities that permeate almost every raid. How about a BTR driving upside down, or getting a quest to retrieve a node from a raid that disappears upon extraction? And that's just the start of the conversation.
Videos about problems are always seen as a whine, as a throwaway comment, as dissatisfaction. And yes, that's true. But I want you to experience more of the sense of the condescension, because the main goal of the video is more to laugh than to hate.
The biggest, most disgusting and truly demotivating situation that makes people wanna quit the game is when you don't have enough FPS. It doesn't matter what kind of hardware you have. At any random moment, your CPU gets maxed out to 100%, leaving you with literally just a couple of frames per second, and you end up dying to Vanya Pupyrka. Oh no, Maurice, not again, upgrading hardware.
If only.
The level of audacity of cheaters is growing like the danger level in GTA after beating up a few dozen hookers. Just yesterday, they were only stealing your thermal from your gun, but today they can mine on your CPU. What the hell? This is no joke. There's already multiple videos where people's PCs start lagging insanely when they encounter certain individuals.
Programmers, explain in the comments how is this even possible?
Taking a preventive counterattack against the mommy haters, I'll say that besides the cheaters, the game itself has also become less stable. Specifically on my hardware, it dropped only 10 FPS, but many have lost 30% of their original values. It's funny how the Unity update promised a performance boost, but in the end, the praised light switches in the dorms eat up FPS like cats drink milk. But at least they're cute, whereas 30 frames on customs, not so much. The only known way to slightly improve the situation is to optimize your system to the point of mining on miners and increase the swap file. However, even that doesn't help everyone. It's funny that every location that gets updated turns unplayable for a large part of the community. First it was Lighthouse, then Shoreline Factory, and now Customs. And we'll endure it to the end, because Customs is mother, and mother is a woman?
Our super asshole who saves loot from evil PMCs isn't a Deaton or fiction, it's a real another game hack that makes the character immortal and allows to fly underground.
This isn't a one-off case. These mods are showing up more and more, but they're usually friendly. It's worth noting that in some ways BG did a good job, since they moved loot calculation in containers to the service. This means it's impossible to know in advance which PC has the graphics card, making it much harder for cheaters to profit by finding specific items. But in the same time, we have to realize that as the number of people profiting from software decreases, we might theoretically see a drop in the percentage of people willing to pay for it. This means the price of cheese will drop even further, and the overall number of bullshitters won't change. The situation is made worse by the fact that any old-timer who hasn't accepted a reality full of suffering can simply go into PvE and enjoy the fruits of Bojano's labor. We are left with a picture where PvP consists only of cheaters, streamers and tryhards, who aren't that many to begin with. But even for PvE players, Nikita has his own plan for duration suffering. Not long ago, progress for bot enjoyers wasn't saved after raid. All completed quests were essentially erased, because who cares, just buy the twice 2 edition. Fuck. Did you like the sound effect? Well, you can enjoy it even more if you go out on raids more often than you watch my videos. Not that I judge. By the way, subscribe to my Patreon, it's absolutely awesome there. The sound bugs have evolved to the point where they decide when you are allowed to hear and when you should go find hundreds of weapon builds through the link in the description. At completely random moment, your active headphones turn into passive ones and all the sounds turn into something like a barrel. Sometimes this issue can be fixed by simply dropping the headphones on the floor and then putting them back on. But sometimes you just need to realize that aside from this, there are a ton of guys and farming regions on Patreon. The funniest thing is, it's not just environmental sound like footsteps and running that suffer, but even the voice chat can sound muffled. Subscribe to Patreon and you'll understand the game and learn how to survive, I guarantee it. Besides the sound cutting out, this whole reverb, echo and sound system will cast a reset on you after each headshot, because it's incredibly loud and terrifying. Just listen. Patreon link in the description.
What's the server quality like?
No questions about them at all. After all, what is that cannot die? During a raid, an otherworldly force grabs you behind and pulls your back a solid 200 times, and inside the hideout there could be a garland of glitches with even the simplest actions being delayed by a few seconds. After such an experience, the desire to play usually increases, because the taste for suffering strengthens when after 30 minutes of loading and looting you die to a scout that shoots through a massive sticks, fog and snow straight into your skull. AI was also updated, and they become not only smart but also cocky. They always were. Oh, so in the end not much has changed. The bot fun is still top notch, and finding an immortal is not a rarity. I even encountered one myself. PvE has long had issues with a number of bots, but like a zombie virus, PvP has got it too. Just look at my defensive raid.
Oh no, piece of shit, what the fuck? Let me out, let me out! Let me out, please. I can't do this, I just can't do this, stupid bastard! No, it's a joke. Oh, and this guy can't die, yeah? Come on. Come on! Come on! Bitch! What is going on? I don't understand. Yeah, you're the most unfortunate, and everyone else has nuclear installations for producing FPS instead of PCs. It's impossible. Why you laying down? 5 minutes in raid and so many bots.
But what's scarier than bot hordes? Right, the hordes of Scavs! Imagine the face of a newbie who came to do a quest. This picture from Don't Breathe will seem like a bedtime story. If you think you can avoid Nikita's attempts to punish you just for playing his project using a Scav,
it's nothing at all.
To cast while playing as a bomb and entering raid not so long ago, you often had to wait 10 to 20 minutes, and when the New Year's miracle finally lets you in, the game will enter you at the same time, all while your character is lifted about 10 meters off the ground.
This is no joke. There's actually a new bug where a player spawns in the air and can even die from it.
One of the most killer bugs I encountered and was slightly surprised by was spawning in a raid together with a random person. This problem arose because of the marathon, where BG planned good spawn spots for participants but forgot that there are other players on the map as well. Some old problems are coming back, and I am not talking about transparent windows in dorms or column on interchange 9 and 3 comms, but about the car. If you see it spinning like a fidget spinner, feel free to mess with it to your heart's content. As expected, some bugs aren't always clear if they are really bugs. For example, there's a quest where you need the factory zone key. You search for it 3 million years, and in the end you can just grab the quest item through the window. What kind of nonsense is that? The same situation with the 114k, but at least in that case it's pretty obvious that trying to grab the quest item through the wall and couldn't from the street, well, that's clearly not exactly legal behavior. Remember the new exit. BG decided to replace 2 exits with it, but it's not that simple. If you try to play it even a little bit safe and not run down the middle of the railroad tracks completely helpless in the open, a sniper will take you out. That's how it goes. Honestly, I could probably list 10 more bugs, maybe more, but I decided to include just these, as they seemed the funnest or most critical. I hope BG fixes this, because after a couple of patches, their overall number has decreased. This video ends, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.